Welcome back, guys, to a brand new episode
Happy to
of
be back.
Hops and Bites. Yeah, it's been
Yo.
quite a while. It's been quite a while.
It's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month.
Life catches up with you fast, homeboy.
Yeah, my God, it's been one whole month. Yeah, I think it's we've got a lot of things to talk about actually,
Oh,
but
yes.
it's very possible this might end up as another 2-hour episode. But I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. But I think we should try to keep it within 1.5 hours.
Yeah, please.
We can
Yeah,
try.
we can try, right?
Mm.
Usually we start off with like us telling about our weeks, but this time it's the month.
Yeah, how was your month, Thiru?
It was great. But before I go into my okay, this is very important. We actually have a fan. We have
What?
a
Oh.
fan.
For
We have a
real?
fan, guys.
Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to that one fan. I love you already.
Yeah, that one. You know that fan, Naga.
You know like the game Hades.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into the Colosseum, and then there's that one ghost that's your fan.
Oh yeah. I love him.
That's them.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. This fan is Naga. You know this fan. He actually asked to be name dropped on our
Oh shit.
podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. So big shout out to Keith. How are you doing, Mr. Keith?
Oh hey
Um,
Keith.
Hey, yo, Keith.
Look at Naga straight away. Oh, hey Keith.
I don't know who Keith is.
I had-
but,
I had-
he-
I was thinking we might have like a super hot cheerleader type, you know.
Keith, you're a disappointment, and you should know that.
he was so disappointed. It's like, oh, Keith.
Like,
So, like,
Keisha?
Thank you.
I was still hoping with it, the first syllable, I was still hoping like Keisha, Kiana, Kiandra, Keith. Oh, god damn it. Okay.
No, it's Keith. He's my work colleague
Mhm.
at Kodomo, and he told me a few things actually. He gave me some feedback. Not like we're gonna take it, but sure, whatever. Right.
Mhm.
Keith. He first of all said that he wanted to be mentioned. So okay, here you go.
Okay.
Alright.
And then he says, he actually listens to us in the gym for some
Why?
reason.
It's like, how?
I mean,
Yeah.
Why?
we're not hype Eddie, but like what? I
I've no idea. Like he said, he
Maybe-
keeps- yeah. Go ahead.
Maybe it's because our voices are very relaxing.
I don't know. Like, don't
It
you
could
like
be that.
want? Don't you want like heavy?
yeah, I was like,
Like-
wouldn't
like
you want to be
full
pumped
on-
up?
Eminem or something, but like
Yo, I used to listen to like Oprah music. When I used to work out, I needed that piece.
Oh
Wow.
my
in
god.
head. Yeah, and maybe us
Yeah.
talking is like background noise
no,
for
but
him.
like Oprah is like still like what did I say? Oprah. I said opera is like still like high paced, like fast paced. It's like it goes up right
Mhm.
upwards.
Mhm.
But like we don't.
I'm just imagining
Yeah, that's true.
you say Oprah is fast paced.
Oprah.
I'm just imagining Oprah Winfrey just zooming.
And John is just watching that on YouTube and working out.
You know that
Just listening to her Zoom the
Oprah,
whole time.
Oprah Winfrey just running around the stage on a talk show real fast. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. I don't need no car, I'm faster.
All her shows on loop. Or it's just her saying you get something on loop for 10 hours.
You get it's the loop, like one of those fucking 10-hour videos.
Ayo, but no.
Yeah.
Keith,
Yeah, Keith.
you are insane.
He says we keep him going in the gym, and I of course asked him the $1 million question:
Hmm.
is it a sex thing? And he said
Uh-huh.
no, which is weird because there's nothing else that kind of links us to working out.
That is true.
Like if you have like a fetish of like 3 men talking, like sure, right, Keith? But like we are not gonna keep you going in the gym. I like he's in his words, he's capping. He's
Mhm.
capping, bro.
Mhm.
But like he's our first fan. We can let him go.
I mean, it's nice to know
it's
that
nice.
he
Yeah.
listens to us while he's in the gym. Out
Yeah.
of all places, even if he's in the gym, he's still listening to us. So that is nice to know.
Yeah, that
Um,
is great to know. And he did give one more feedback.
mhm.
Which I kind of agree on. Because I've edited the previous on videos, and he says that we need to explain the beer and the burger thing.
I
Like he doesn't
see.
get it. He doesn't get it.
Okay.
I mean, it could just be Keith being stupid, but like that's I don't think so.
I mean,
He's
for
yeah.
people that tune
Mhm.
in, like
Mhm.
let's just say, right, because sometimes I do it as well.
Mhm.
If I'm listening to a podcast and I were to skip the first episode, and if
Right.
it's like an inside thing and an
Mhm.
inside joke among us, or an
Mhm.
inside rating in this case among us,
Mhm.
I'm sure people will be confused because we don't explain what it means, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
very basic.
Mhm.
Their ratings:
Yeah.
1 out of
Right.
5,
Instead of
1 out of 10.
stars, we just use beers.
Beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the
So
burger is like a seal of approval. That's it.
right.
exactly.
So
Just,
So
like
just
I
fuck
mean
if we
stars.
get a
we've
burger,
been very iffy with our beers and burgers, right?
that is true.
We are
Like,
discerning customers, sir.
Like what does it relate to? I think that's what he wants to know. What does it relate to in real life? Like if you give a burger, should I buy the game?
Oh yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, if I give it a
Right.
burger, it means buy the
So
game.
okay, so if it has a burger, people should fucking buy the game. If they
Yes.
don't, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the beers just mean like we give it a high rating, but can there be like high rating with like no burger?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because some games are really, really good.
But you have to be like a niche audience. Like you
Yeah.
really fuck with
Right.
it. Like for example,
Okay.
like those like really intense strategy games. Like from like Stellaris. I would give that like an 8 out of 10. But I wouldn't give it a burger because you give Stellaris to the average person, they're gonna look at you like, what the fuck is this? Because
Right.
it's basically a bunch of fucking lists and spreadsheets. You're not gonna
Right.
understand
It
what
is.
the hell it is.
It is, yeah. And like so I guess the burger is for the average person.
Yeah.
Like to tell the average person you are smart enough to play this game.
Buy this, you are not gonna have any
Basically.
problem. It's gonna be damn fun. That's what the burger
Yeah.
is for.
And I
Okay.
feel like burgers gravitate more towards AAA games
Yeah.
more
Right.
than like, indie, classic,
Right.
all those games. Like those don't really necessarily get a burger because not everyone likes them, like Naga said. But AAA games are the most likely to get a burger in this case.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, I'm glad we got that out of the way. So I just want to ask. So Keith, are you fucking happy now? Okay,
You
just
better
like
be smiling now.
you better be fucking smiling, Keith. This whole fucking segment was just for you.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being our fan. This is what we do to our fans.
Exactly.
We insult them.
Insult them as soon as the podcast starts.
You my fan? Fuck you.
Fuck you. It's okay. Sure. I think we should have like something where, if I don't know if it will ever happen, but like, I mean, I've looked at Anchor FM and we have apparently like 10 different unique listeners.
That's cool.
And if ever in this like no, that was like the last 7 days. So like I think we have some people listening. If I pull up Anchor FM right now, I'm gonna just pull it up right now, and it's so weird because Anchor FM has like this thing whereby they tell you where your listeners are.
So
your
kind of
estimated audience.
like Spotify now.
Yeah, but like if you zoom out from the countries, you can actually see the world. So like different planets. So 100% of our listeners are from Earth.
No shit.
And then you have the rest of the solar system.
Oh, imagine we have listeners in Mars. That would be insane.
Bro, I'm not sure if they're just preparing for like Elon
Or
Musk to
fucking
like fucking set
Jupiter.
up. Yeah,
Bro.
exactly. Like if anyone else has Anchor FM, you can go and check it out. But like you actually have like the world. So 100% of our listeners are from Earth, which is pretty disappointing because humans are disappointing.
Yep.
And then we have, of course, the countries. which is Malaysia, US for some reason. We have 20%
Mhm.
from US.
Nice.
I don't know, probably someone is using VPNs. I'm not sure. But
Most probably, yeah.
18% from Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2% from Philippines.
That might
Oh,
be
we know
Shan.
who the
We
2%
know who
is.
that
Yeah,
is. It's just
yeah,
like one
yeah.
person, and she's just
Mm-hmm.
2% of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
then
she's a plant.
she's a plant. Yes, I'm still proving that theory, but very close. And then we have one person from Germany.
Oh,
So yeah, so that person is
okay.
1%, which
Hello.
is weird because like if you are one person from Germany, how are you 1% and Philippines is 2% if you're 1%? I
Maybe
I
right.
I don't know. Like
Maybe
Shan
maybe
listened
it's
to it
like depending on
on
how
two
much
different.
they listen.
Yeah, it
maybe
could be that, or
it
it
could
could
be.
be that she used like two different devices to listen to us.
Which will make sense
Mhm.
because, like, you know, if anybody even grazes her laptop charger, it just dies.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
That's true. If you guys want to send in money to help Shan buy a new laptop, please do.
Yeah. It would really be appreciated.
Yeah, you can just send it to her PayPal because she can't access it.
That would be that's the funniest shit. Like, I remember that time when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get money on my PayPal," and it's like, "But you can't access your PayPal." And she's like, "Fuck."
Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so listening platforms with 82% Spotify, which is pretty good. Glad that
Mm-hmm.
we made the decision to put this on Spotify.
Yeah, thanks to
Um,
you.
yeah.
Mm.
You're welcome. 3% is on Overcast and 15% is other. I'm not sure what the other is.
YouTube probably.
Yeah. There are other platforms that we are on, like Google Podcasts and all that. So like you guys
Oh, I
can
see.
go and check that out. Devices wise, 49% Android.
Let's go.
Um,
Fucking Android gang.
Android gang.
Yeah, let's go.
19% iPhone and 32% other.
Laptops.
Yeah, okay, I guess
Yeah,
that
most
that
probably.
makes sense. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Wow, so
Um,
we're popular in the Android nation, huh?
bro, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the best part. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
gender.
Okay.
We are 79%. Or not we. Not I shouldn't have said we are. I almost say
Yeah, no,
I
but
almost
it's
say
not like.
I almost say we are 79% female, but like, no,
I
we're not.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
we can be at times,
We
but
have we have 79% female listeners,
okay,
That's cool.
which means we are raking in the ladies, guys. Yeah.
that's 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 nice.
Mm. Why are the
Hey,
ladies listening to us?
hey, if they like games, I don't care.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
cool. That's cool.
It's cool.
Glad glad to have you, ladies. We have 19% males as usual. Males disappointing.
Mm.
Very disappointing.
Yep. And then 2% not specified.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. You can be whatever you want to be,
You can
and
be whatever you
non-binary is
want.
0%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get some
Yeah,
non-binary
we
people
need
in.
to attract the non-binary crowd. Like,
Yeah,
what do
like
they want us to talk about? I wonder.
I have no idea. They should be playing games as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel
yeah.
like the reason why there's like more females than males,
Mhm,
it could be right because the females are listening to us to
mhm,
get game recommendations that they can
mhm.
get for their significant other.
Maybe. Yeah,
Mm.
I think that might be a thing. Yeah, that
That could
sounds
be
right.
a thing. That
Right.
sounds very nice, and I want to keep that in my head so it sounds nicer and it feels better.
Yeah. I mean, they
Right.
could also just be gamers and
Yeah, they
Yeah, it
could
could
be.
be that also.
They
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, then the next one is age. So
Mm.
in terms
come
of
on, give me all
age,
the 70-year-old people.
no, bro, that's the thing. Like, our main age groups are 18 to 22 years old. That's
Mhm.
74%, and the next one is 23 to 27, which is 26%. So we don't have any oldies.
Wait, 26%?
Yeah,
That's a
26%, 23 to 70,
yo.
27 years old, and then like 74%, 18 to 22 years old.
Oh, okay.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Keith is probably in the 74%. He's pretty young.
I see.
He's one of those young ones.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Keith.
All right.
He's getting too
Analytics.
much time. He's getting
Yeah.
too much
Before
time.
we drown everybody else in analytics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
let's go on with how's your month been, Thiru?
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot, huh?
It's been a lot happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very, very quickly, because this has to be like a 1.5 hour podcast. I have we'll talk about games later. Let's just talk about like what's happened. My company is releasing like 2 products next month.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, in like a week we are releasing one.
I
One
just
is
punched my mic, my bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we have been in like turbo shift, and we have been like just going at it in terms of like some like coding and all that, and like setting up all the marketing and all that. So it's been really hectic, and like we've even employed Naga to come and edit for us.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, there's some extra bucks for him.
Yes, sir.
And we are also, well, I've released a few keyboard videos. You guys should go and check it out on YouTube.
Very sexy keyboards, by
Yeah,
the way.
very, very sexy keyboards.
Mhm.
The one Amin made, yeah, the other Amin, yeah. So he basically, okay, so very quickly about this story of his keyboard, right? He initially, like, you guys know him, right? He's the most like skeptical motherfucker you can ever find. Like, he's the most like, I don't need this, I'm not gonna buy it, do not tempt me, or do not tell me about it, right?
Mhm.
So basically I tempted him, right? I'm like his one loophole. Okay,
Yep.
so like if like you want to get some information to him, you go through me. So I told him, like, your keyboard is shit, type on a good keyboard. So I brought him to the store, he typed on a keyboard, he was like, fuck, I want this, I'm gonna buy it. And then I was telling him, no, don't buy this, build your own keyboard, which I did at that point in time. He's like, no, fuck you, I'm not going to spend $500 on a keyboard, no, we'll never do it, it's not going to happen. I told him in 2 months after buying his keyboard, or I think 6 months after buying this keyboard, this pre-made keyboard, he's going to buy another one, or he's going to make his own one. And little did I know that within 60 days, he fell and said, I'm going to buy my own keyboard. Like, he's gonna make his own custom keyboard and dropped $500 on it.
And I stayed up until 5 in the morning with him,
Yeah.
looking at fucking keyboards. Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
was.
we've been through that. It's
Mhm.
it's a group effort, right?
Mhm.
So we all take credit for it. Yeah. So I built actually quite a number of keyboards. I built one for my brother. I built one for I've built one for another YouTuber, 𝐍𝐀𝐆𝐀. You can go and check it out. Really nice white build. I've built one for another friend. It's a budget build, which is pretty interesting. All these videos will be coming out. I have to edit them. So I've got a lot of filming to do. Like, really, like, I've got a chair now, an APOL chair, which is great. My back doesn't hurt as much anymore. But I still need to get a review for it. I've gotten better at my Rubik's Cube. I'm now hitting sub 1 minute. So like, I
Which
think
is insane.
my fastest is 53 seconds,
Mhm.
right? And I'm still improving, still learning
Oh
algorithms.
shit! You
And
finally got sub 1 minute.
yeah, I did.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's a big deal, but like, I'm still improving on it. It's like my fidget spinner now. Like, I just keep doing it.
Mhm.
I've done so many solves already, and like, I'm starting to understand it fully. What else did I do? Jesus, I've changed my bit sheets. It-
Yes, that's something we all needed to know.
yeah,
Mhm.
I've changed my bit
Very
sheets.
pertinent information.
Yes, it is important. You guys should know that I've changed my sheets,
Mhm.
but there's still no sheet on my bed sheet on my quilt. There's no quilt cover for my quilt. It's just
Mhm.
white. Yeah, which is weird. But what else did I do? It's been good. It's been good. It's been a good month. You know, it's been a
That's
good month for
good.
me. Yeah. What else? What else happened? I've been waiting to get vaccinated. I got a message from the army
Mhm.
saying that I have to go back to the army, which is stupid, but
Mhm.
okay, sure.
Yeah, I
I
gotta go.
I'm proud to serve the nation. Sure, why not?
I'm not.
You see, Naga, I have to say these things. They're always listening.
I don't give a fuck if they listen. They can suck my dick.
Yeah, so that's that's it for me, I think.
Mhm.
Um, it's interesting how I've done a lot in 1 month. For some reason my dual master cards are out. I'm not sure why. I've been looking at my dual master cards again. Just reminiscing.
You just brought me back through a wormhole.
Dual master, man.
Fucking
Fuck,
folders of Dual Mastercards
bro.
sitting
It's
there.
insane. This deck alone costs about like $400-500.
Spent way too
What I
much
have in my
fucking money
hand.
on that shit, man.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the only type of cards I ever collected were match attacks. Yeah, those are the only
The
type of
soccer
cards.
ones, right?
Yeah, bro. That
Yeah.
was the shit. But ever since those, I just never gave a fuck. I don't know. Like keeping stuff, I'm very bad at keeping stuff because I forget where I keep things unless it's right in front of me. If I keep it in like a cupboard or drawer, right, within 3 or 4 days, I'll forget. Yeah, and then I'll panic. So like, if I have cards, that's fucked. I wouldn't find them. There's just be relics for my children. Yeah.
in
Being
this
used on your
in this
Dad, what is
house,
this?
there is a deck of cards somewhere. Go and find it.
Somewhere.
That costs like $4,000 or something. Go and find it, and the money is yours. And like a
Yeah.
3-year-old kid gets up and runs. Yay! I'm gonna get $3,000. And then she fucking runs, jets to the fucking room. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know how y'all do it. I cannot. I'm not good with keeping stuff. Hmm.
How's your month been, John?
Mine? Uh, this actually, honestly, this month, right, be like 100% honest. It felt like a week.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah,
It's been
I
over
literally.
so fast.
What date is it today? It's okay. So it's
Don't date
literally.
this.
It's no.
Don't date this.
I'm not gonna date this. I'm not gonna say the date. But what it felt like was like I went to bed on the first,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waking up today.
Wow.
It literally feels like it's like I. The thing is, I did a lot. Um,
Mhm.
I've been playing more and more games now
Mm-hmm.
because I'm free as shit. I'm
Mhm.
still waiting to graduate. COVID is being a bitch. I mean,
Mhm.
our government is being a bitch.
Mhm.
But, COVID has always been a bitch, right?
It always
The thing
is.
is, we never knew the how severe it was
Mm-hmm.
until recently because they started doing like more testing.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there's gonna be a mobile testing now or like mobile vaccination. I don't know. I read it. I like briefly read
Yeah.
it online.
Singapore came up with this breathalyzer thing to test for
Bro,
COVID.
so it's no longer Jehovah Witness. It's gonna be fucking doctors and nurses
Yeah.
coming to your house. Hello,
Yeah.
vaccine. So
Hello, vaccine, and there's like this huge robot behind them. That's you just gotta
exactly.
suck off.
So
Have you guys
fucked.
seen the meme, the breathalyzer thing, and then they show the person sucking off the breathalyzer, and then the next picture is Robocop with a stunned face.
But so yeah, the cases are going up every single day by a few hundreds. So
Mm-hmm.
we are now currently at 7,000 plus, but I have a feeling that by the end of this month we're gonna reach 10,000 or at least 8.
Oh dear.
That's the minimum 8. The
Mm-hmm.
maximum would be 10. So right
Mm-hmm.
now it's mostly waiting on when I can go back to class, like
Mm-hmm.
because all my classes are physical. So um when I can go back for classes. And
Mm-hmm.
then another thing is how much of work I need to do from home
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't specified that as well. So I'm
Right.
fucking waiting on that. Right now I have to cook 5 dishes. That's like nothing. Five, it's only five, it's nothing. So
Yeah.
like give me more. But no. So uh apart from that, I have been modding, trying out like coding games and fucking with shit in games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, watching a lot of speed runs.
Mm-hmm.
Wishing I could do a speed run, but I don't have the brain power for that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, And yeah, I guess that's it.
I think we've collectively all been playing a lot more games.
Yeah,
Like
we've been,
especially, wow, the number of games I've played this month is like more
bro,
than the
it's
entire first 4
insane.
months.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, like here, you don't have shit to do. You don't want to go out. Like in my case, especially here in Malaysia, you don't want to go out. There's like, even if there is a reason to go out, you don't want to go out because you don't know who can be carrying it.
Right.
And even if they look healthy and fine, according to the recent news,
Mm-hmm.
even if people look healthy and fine, they can be carrying it as well. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, what do I do now? So I've just been at home the whole damn time. I don't even dare go out also now because it's like it's not that I am scared of COVID. I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind dying. That's the thing. Like just a clear statement. I don't mind dying.
You
It's
good,
more
bro?
about my no. It's like I don't have a fear of death, but it's more about my parents. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be like a cause to
Yeah.
anything. So I
Yeah.
don't want to go out, which is something that a lot of fucking teenagers need to learn.
Yeah.
Don't go out because you have a family at home. Stay
Mm-hmm.
at home. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you need to go out and see your friends, you feel depressed, whatever the fuck, there's
Mm-hmm.
therapy online. You can watch videos.
There's
There's Discord.
WikiHow.
Exactly, there's WikiHow, fucking WikiHow, man. Oh my god.
There's
I
WikiHow.
hate WikiHow with a passion, but
I
it's good.
love WikiHow. Fuck you, John.
It's
WikiHow is where I
bro,
go to like learn how to pick up girls.
bro, the
It's the
reason
only
why
thing.
I hate it is because of you. I hate it because of you. So, there's so
It's the
many
best
things you
thing ever.
can there's
Mm,
so many things you can do at home.
yeah.
There's so much of like stuff to do with friends on your own.
Hmm.
Don't go out. There is no reason to go out.
Yeah.
Especially during this time, you see so many people rushing to go buy stupid shit from supermarkets and all that. It's pissing me off because
Yeah.
I want to graduate. And I'm very sure a lot of other students want
A
to
lot of
graduate as
people do.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are losing jobs. Companies are shutting down, all
Mhm.
because people can't shut the fuck up and stay at home. So
Yeah.
for
And
me, this month it's mostly been raging about the COVID situation here in Malaysia,
mhm.
and also the fact that I've not been able to go for classes because I really want to get this shit over with and get a job.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's about it lah. The whole month was a very lazy month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I hope our listeners like just stay at home. I'm sure they do. If you're one of those fucking goes out even when people don't like tell you don't go out and like you just want to like, oh fuck it, I feel damn stressed today, I'm just going to go to like some fucking far away place,
Fuck you.
and then like
If that's you, fuck you.
like
Straight up.
just stop listening to our podcast. You are not like,
Yes.
yeah, we don't need
You're
you.
a dickhead. We don't like you. So
Don't be a Keith.
yeah. Uh,
Oh,
God
Keith. Okay,
damn.
Keith is not like that. Keith is very nice.
Bro,
Okay,
Keith's
I'm
just
sorry.
catching strays, bro.
out of
We're gonna
nowhere.
be bullying Keith like the entire fucking
Uh-huh.
rest of our lives.
You wanna be name dropped? Nah, you're gonna get name dropped.
Every fucking episode.
Uh,
The next episode with just fuck Keith. If you're a fan and we see you on the street
It's
in
on
like
it's on site.
you, yeah, on like, let's say if you know who we are, come up to us, and or if you want to find some other Hops and Bites fan, like just go to them and say fuck Keith.
yeah.
Just
Yeah, that should be a thing. I
say
don't know
fuck.
who you are, Keith. I'm really, really sorry, but fuck you. That's established now already.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's be kind to him a bit lah. Okay,
Nah,
let's
nah.
let's
That's like being too
we
nice.
just
You
say
see.
we just say
We can't back down from it now, dude.
he's a good looking fella. He's a good looking fella, right? So we just say fuck handsome Keith. Right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's great.
Okay.
We give and take. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
works, yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay, so I think
Naga.
yeah, Naga.
My
you gotta go.
month has been a hodgepodge of insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know when the vocab comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
serious.
good and bad. The good is I think I've been at work maybe 1 week out of the entire month.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, because first week of May I was at work. The second week it was Hari Raya, right? So I was on.
Mhm.
I took leave for like the entire fucking week,
Mm-hmm.
and then last week I was at work, and then this week they're like, "Oh, everybody's working from home because of the COVID situation."
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I'm just staying at home not doing shit. So a lot of time, a lot of time, a lot of stupid shit also. Uh, mainly girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like a playboy or anything, but this month has been damn,
Mm-hmm.
which has fed into the whole feedback loop of insanity, because like when you have too many girls you're hanging around, your brain just like goes on overdrive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, this is the funniest shit. I was talking to this one girl, right, and I was just chilling, and then I almost like just looked at her, and I almost said it out loud, like, forgot her fucking name. Like I just, I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting. I'm just sitting there. I'm literally talking to her like in person, right? And then I look at her, and she's like, "What are you looking at me like that for?" And then I was like, I have to be smooth, right? I was like, "Oh no, your eyes are really pretty." But inside, I'm like, "Shibai, I really just forgot her name."
You better hope she's not a fan of this fucking podcast.
She's not. She doesn't know.
Ah.
Oh,
Bro,
dear.
that's fucking funny.
Yo, but if you know who you are, I feel bad for you.
Oh, dear.
I just blanked, I'm just like looking at this girl. I just kept calling her babe the entire night because like my brain just cannot function. And I didn't want to like pull out my phone, see my contacts, and then see her name, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because like that's too butchy, right? So I just like kept my phone in my pocket. I'm just like, fuck.
I can remember this. Like, I
Like,
should be able to remember
if
this.
I get
and then,
into,
like, you just.
I just
the
don't want to
whole
get
time
into a
it's like-
situation where I have to recite her name, or she asks me, like, she won't ask me what her name is. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But like, if I get into a situation where, oh, who is this? And then I'm like, Chibai, So I'm just.
This is Babe.
This is babe.
That's all you're gonna say. This is Babe.
This is babe. This
Oh,
is.
hey, Babe. Oh, yeah. It's happened to me before. I've forgotten, like, a friend's name. Like, there was once at my uni canteen, I was sitting down with all my, like, pretty close mates. Like, we all stayed in the same, like, hall. And they were like, Thiru, you haven't seen us in a while. What are all our names?
Oh
Like, just randomly.
no.
And I could say everyone's name except for this last girl. This last girl, her name is Tingwen, and I remember for the love of my life now. I mean, for the god of my life now, whatever you call that. I remember her name now because I took literally 10 minutes
Oh god.
in front of her trying to figure out her name.
Oh yeah.
That is.
And it felt so bad, and I felt so bad that I forgot her name because it's like, I'm sorry to say this, but it's like a generic Chinese name, right? And like there's you come across many of the people with that name. In fact, even I knew like 4 other people with that name. And for the love of God, I couldn't like remember this girl's name, and I was just looking at her and like I just see her face becoming sad, and everyone was just like, Tiru, what the fuck? You damn fucked up, and all that. And I was like, no, I know her name. Stop it. Like, I know her name. And for 10 minutes that went on.
Oh no.
Until I found her contact and like,
No,
okay.
you were looking
Oh
to your
my
phone.
God.
Yeah, I took out my phone. Like, I was like,
she said
no,
that
I mean,
through the
like,
whole thing.
I mean, like at 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. She knows that I don't know her name. I'm just gonna pull out my phone. And I felt so bad for it. Like, yeah.
And that trauma has led
and
to you not being
yeah.
able to forget her name.
Yeah, and she was like pretty close to me as well. Like she was like we were like one whole group, one whole orientation group, and it was like a small group, right? And we all know each other, always sit together, always eat together, and like we spent a lot of days together. So like, for me to not know her name was kind of like fucked up for me as well. Like,
Yep.
I just felt so bad, and then I bought her a drink. So
No, for me it's family.
mm,
I mean, like my dad's side, I don't know their names.
yeah,
So
I don't
like,
know either.
I remember this one
I'm be
time I was
honest.
being nice, so I like decided to go help them out. For this festival that we Indian, I mean not Hindus celebrate. I wouldn't say we because I'm not a Hindu, but
Mm-hmm.
that Hindu celebrate is called like the one before Thaipusam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is it called again. I was so confident, but I don't remember the name now. It
Mm-hmm.
technically it's it's a place in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
You it's like a cave.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows it as Batu Caves.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Batu Caves. It's like a temple built into a cave kind of thing,
Yeah.
and we there's like a long stretch of stairs going up, and
Mm-hmm.
we light the stairs with like these small candle kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So we do this every year. I stopped going due to like personal reasons, but then when I decided to go, it had been like I think 2 years or 3 years. So I'm seeing all their faces after 3 years, and mind you, I already have a very very bad memory when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to anything. I can't even remember my own birthday sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I went there, and then I remember my dad was like he kept asking me, but he asked me like he came to my side like whispered to me, and then he's like, "Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "No, no, no." So then the worst one was when we went to have lunch, and this was in one of the auntie's houses,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where all the fucking aunties and uncles were. And they're all
Mm-hmm.
sitting, they're all gambling on one side and all that. And this one auntie walks in, she's loud as fuck, right? She looks at me, she's like, "Oh, John, yeah, this, that, and all that." I'm like, "Oh, hi, auntie," and all that. And she's like, "You remember me or not?" And they all turn and look at me, and I'm like, "No." And then she's like, "You saw me
They
the other
all
day only."
they
Yeah, bro,
always ask one.
bro, she said, "Like, you saw me the other day. What? You don't remember? I told you what my name that day." I was like, "I don't remember." And then she's okay. So this is fucked, right? And this
Mm.
is something that they will never let down. Her husband was sitting next to her, so she's like, "I saw you the day, and then like we met the day. What? How come you forgot the day?" So I was like, "When we met, lah." And she's like, "Oh, my daughter's wedding. You were there. What?" I was like, "I was there. Oh, that's you." Then she's like, "Yeah." Then I was like, "Oh, sorry, lah. You look different without your makeup."
Who?
And the husband burst out laughing. He was laughing so hard. I saw the house went quiet, but he was just hysterical.
Bastard.
Bro, you
No,
fucking ethered her, bro, by
yeah, because
accident.
I don't like this lady because you don't expose me like that. In some way, she's loud as shit. And then she
Mm-hmm.
came up to me and she's like, "Oh, you don't remember?" I was like, "Ah, okay, now you're asking for it at this point."
Mm-hmm.
So, so I know I'm an asshole for doing that, but I have my reasons.
God damn, bro.
And yeah, she didn't talk to me or bother me throughout the whole thing, so I was happy with what I did. But yeah,
Nice.
mine is
Cool.
mostly family. Like friends, I remember because like I talk to y'all all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
for the friends that I don't necessarily talk to, like acquaintances,
Mm-hmm.
don't even try. Like if
Right.
you see me in public, come up to me and say something. Don't expect me to see you and say something because I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. My eyesight is not that good. And second, I probably won't remember who you were. So
Mm.
that's the best. If you see me, come up and talk to me. 'Cause I don't remember who you are.
Mm. Right. Naga, what else have you done in the week?
Well, yesterday, my sister and my nieces came over. So usually whenever they come over, right, we tend to have like a big meal. It's a family thing. Lah.
Right.
And I was like, I woke up about 12 p.m. Because again,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have work, so why the fuck would I wake up already? So I go outside, I get some tea, and I'm relaxing, I'm chilling, I'm lounging around. And then I look at my sister looks at me. And then my sister's like, "What?" I'm like, you want to get KFC? And then my sister, she just looked at me, she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was like, there's 6 of us. Let's get a bucket. And
Oh god, the story.
originally we were going to get 20
Oh.
pieces of chicken, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw on Grab there was a deal. A
Ooh.
feast. For
Ooh.
just a few bucks more, you could get this family feast thing, which was like
Mm-hmm.
15 pieces of chicken, 10-piece tenders, 12
Mm-hmm.
piece. I remember the order exactly.
Oh.
12-piece nuggets, and
Mhm.
then we had 2 cheese fries, 3 mashed potatoes. which is a fucking shitload of food.
Damn. Now I
So,
feel like eating KFC. Fuck.
so I ordered that shit, and then it came.
Wait till the end of the story.
It's the funniest shit. Like I told the group, I was like, I just ordered like $80 of KFC, and then the first thing is Channeline is like, that's like 240 ringgit of fucking KFC, dude. What the fuck? And I'm like, it's good. It's KFC. And then she's
It's
like,
KFC,
it's-
yeah, it is.
okay, okay, yeah, it's KFC. It's good.
Mhm.
And then I took pictures and everything. I ate it, right? I'm like, okay, 3 pieces, and I have a couple of tenders and some nuggets, you know. It's a lot. I ate a lot. I didn't eat a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then someone of 5 plus, I was like, I could use some tenders, you know, just sneak a little bit of tender. I go back outside. My family, right? They didn't eat the big pieces of chicken. Everybody just whack all the fucking tenders.
Wow, bastard.
They whack all the tender, they whack all the nugget, they whack the drumstick, the small. The only thing left, you know, like KFC has that big ass breast piece,
The breast meats, yeah.
fucking big. That's the only thing left. And I'm like, I
Oh,
just want a
dear.
little bit of chicken, but I guess I have to eat a lot of chicken. So I just came back. I came back to the call with John. I was like, so there was chicken, but the tenders are all gone. So I'm just gonna eat the big piece then. I think I was so fucked for the rest of the day. I was like,
Oh my god.
I shit you not, right? Throughout the call, he was silent as hell. He didn't say a word. Right? Then
Just
he's-
struggling through the
then-
chicken.
then when he started, he's like, guys, I'm out. I'm done.
Did you at least heat up the chicken or like refry it?
yeah, I heated it up.
Like refried. I've refried KFC chicken. It's actually pretty good.
Yes, sir. It's always good.
Okay, that
Yeah.
seems like we've done a lot in the month, and we've also played a lot of fucking games.
Oh yes.
Lord.
Right. Okay. So before we fucking like jizz out everything we have, I think you might want to in your mind like just choose 2 games, right? Because I myself have surprisingly played too many. I've gone on itch.io. If you all don't know, itch.io is the indie game website, and I've downloaded a bunch of indie games, and I've also been playing some Horizon Zero Dawn, but I haven't really progressed as much, because I've been doing a lot of work as well. So, so choose like 2 games, I guess, and then we will talk about it. Like, I guess I could go first. Right.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So my first one that I played is Stick It to the Stickman. I think this one John has played it. No, John has watched me play it.
I watched you play it. Yeah.
Naga knows about it. I don't know whether he's played it or not. Even Amin has played it in that one. So basically this is an indie game about a stickman.
Oh yeah, I've seen you play this.
Yeah, and you are stuck in a corporate ladder per se, and you want to get out of it, and you have multiple. So it's a short game, right? So you just have to fight your way up the building and reach the boss and defeat the boss. That's the ultimate concept. But the cool thing about this is the thing about indie games. They try a lot of new things, right? They try a lot of new mechanics. So how this fighting game worked is basically only 2 keys, right? Or in fact, I think only three or 4. Like basically, okay, you have your arrow pad, your arrow keys. You have your space bar. No space bar. The arrow up is the jump. And then you have Z, the Z key. Z and spacebar is the same, so they do the same thing. So you have a row of moves below, and every time you press Z, you will use the move and move on to the next one. So it iterates through each move, and you are able to like gain new moves, based on your skill class, right? Based on the class that you choose, and you are also able to like improve the current moves that you have. And also gain passive moves and also gain passive abilities as you go up. And it's so fucking fun to play this game. Like, it's an indie game, and I have a whole new view about indie games now. Initially, when I thought about indie games, it was just like, or it'll be like pixelated. There's those simple kind of games. Maybe some of the games will be 3D and like people are new to it. But this game was so well done in terms of the
Mhm.
fighting and like in terms of like how the sound is done, how you hit when you hit the sound of the thudding, and like the concept of um every move that you do, right? Even there was even a little Easter egg in the menu section where you choose your class. So basically you have different classes, right? You have like your normal workaholic, and then you have weeb, which this guy, his special ability is to run like Naruto.
I fucking
Right.
love the weeb.
Yeah, the weeb, and then he throws like throwing stars and all that, and then there's the what do you call that? Task avoider. So this guy, this is my favorite class, by the way, task avoider. When you try to choose him as a class in the menu, he actually avoids you. Like when you
Mhm.
mouse over him, he will jump to another location, and then you gotta like fucking find him like four or five times before you actually get to play his class, and you have to unlock him after you defeat the boss 2 or 3 times, right? And then you choose this class, and that class itself has its own moves, and it's got a good mix of guns. It's got a good mix of like karate moves. Like
Mhm.
there's this 100 palm hit, which is fucking satisfying. Like you
Mhm.
just hear multiple thuds like when you hit the enemy, and they go flying out the window. And then you have this levitation gravity thing, which is so fucking OP. Like when you use it, all the enemies just float upwards, and then you can just attack them immediately. So like you can choose how you want to play your combos and how you arrange your attacks so that you can combo them. And then when you go
Mhm.
to the boss, you defeat him. Like you just play and then you defeat him lah. And it's so well done, and it looks really nice. It was a quick game, right? So like I didn't mind playing it. And when you actually beat the boss, they call him Jeff Bezos for some reason lah. So
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
business.
yeah. When you beat the boss, you I don't know what it actually like. That's where my question lies. Like I don't know what it does. I don't know whether the difficulty increases, because when you defeat the boss, you can actually like go through this small what do you call that, dialogue, and you can choose to actually like step on his face continuously until he dies, and like spit on him and all that, or push him off the ledge. And then you can choose to increase your wages, right? And then you play the game again. But I don't know whether increasing wages does anything for the game. Like it's always been similar, right? But I do know that when you defeat the boss, you unlock more classes. So I've unlocked all the classes, and I've played all of them, and they there is some balancing issues. Like certain moves are too OP. Like I think John Naga, I don't know whether you've seen, but John, you've seen the machine gun
Oh
with the
yeah.
levitation. If you levitate and then machine gun, it's like you're just gonna win like immediately.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, overall this game,
Mhm.
like if you're angry and you just want like a fighting game that sounds good and like feels good when like you just beat up people, um this is the game. It's called Stick It to the Stickman.
Mhm.
Literally you don't even have to pay any money, but like I actually paid $2 just to support the dev. It's on itch.io, and I would give wow, I would give actually like 8 beers. I think I would give it 8 beers.
Hey.
Yeah, I think I would definitely get it 8 beers,
Mhm.
and definitely a burger. Like
Mhm.
this, an average person can immediately pick it up
Mhm.
and play it, and they would definitely enjoy it. It's a feel good
Mhm.
kind of game, and it's so short, like in between your coffee break or something, like you can just go and play it. Yeah,
Okay.
and the thing about indie games is you don't have to do that long ass Steam download and install. You
Yeah, it's
just
literally a few MB
yeah,
or
it's literally
gigs.
a few MB, and then you just like have it in your computer, and it's supported for Mac, Windows, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first game, Stick It to the Stickman. We'll put some links in the description. The second game,
Mm-hmm.
wow, the second game, I think it would have to be one of the I've got two actually, but now mine. I'll just I think it would have to be one of the, what do you call that?
Out of the two.
Yeah, out of the two, I'm thinking like what I should. Okay, because now that day I played 3 horror games, right? You all forced me to play 3 horror
Oh
games.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was Naga. I pissed my fucking pants. Like
Hit.
I
Mm-hmm.
was so fucking scared. Like you should have.
Nah.
Like I was just squealing. I was squealing like a
I mean, Naga, you'll see it.
yeah,
So
you'll see it eventually, I
yeah.
guess.
I,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna play it though.
No. I
no, no,
got
no.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he recorded some shit. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
literally I was like dying, and these people were having fun watching me die.
Mm-hmm. It was the funniest shit to
Yeah.
experience.
Okay, wait, I need to look at this folder. I'm gonna look
Mhm.
at the folder so I know what the games are. So we actually have this folder that we share. For all of you who don't know that we share some games in them. And it's pretty good. That's why we share our
I mean,
games.
indie games are a lot of fun. They're like
Yeah.
it's like a different experience if you played like well done games, with
Mm-hmm.
like very little glitches or bugs. You play an indie game is just happiness because it's just everything is fucked. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
and you're not gonna spend too much time. You know, like it's gonna end like at
yeah,
some point
yeah,
in time.
yeah, yeah.
So like right oh, there's some new games in here. Soul Delivery was nice, but it was too short for
Oh,
me. Even though
Soul Delivery was so good.
yeah, it was so good. It was beautifully done. And
Mhm.
oh, what is the other? Wrong Floor, The Quiet Basement. That's the one. Angerfoot, dude. Okay,
Bro.
Angerfoot. I have to talk about Angerfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that is the other game. This is also a fighting game. I would talk about Soul Delivery, but Soul Delivery, I think it just didn't. It's not
Not
enough.
yet, not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet. It is actually a good
Mhm.
game. Like, keep an eye out for that Soul Delivery. But Angerfoot is amazing. Is
Yeah.
basically your okay, Naga. I don't know whether you've seen this, or you've played this yet. I've asked you to play, but I think you're quite busy. Um, Angerfoot, basically you start off with kicking your enemies, right? The main concept is you kicking your enemies, and you kick through doors, and the doors hit the people, and
Mm-hmm.
the doors fly across the room and kill people. And like this was done by South African devs, so you actually see some like South African like clothing and like the way, yeah,
Representation. Yeah.
representation, and like how they dress and all that, and the music. So the music is like an integral part of this game. It is just a constant rave. It is
Yeah.
Nice.
rave music. Okay, like
Nice.
Naga, when the beat drops
Mm-hmm.
and then it continues and never ends. Throughout the entire game, it's just dooms, 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 dooms,
Yep.
like continuously,
It's
continuously,
insane.
right? And you just tone it down, and you do not turn it off. Like, don't turn it off. Play with that music, and it gets so intense for you because the guy moves fast. He kicks really hard. So when you go in and you play with the music, you just go into this certain high, and like you just want to like zoom through the levels, but
Yeah,
you
or
can't.
literally just fucking kicking everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can't because there are enemies. Like eventually from kicking you'll get guns, right? These enemies hit hard, by the way. They like kill you in like one or two. The
Yeah.
the crocodiles with the bats hit you immediately, you die. um and there are guys with guns, there are guys with Mac 10s, there are guys with shotguns, and there's
Mhm.
this final level John saw is these police ducks, right?
Yeah.
They have a shield which you can't shoot and kill, right?
It's
You have to
literally
kill
a
them.
riot shield.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And basically it's only 10 levels or 9 levels, and you can finish the game in an hour. So it's pretty, that
Mhm.
1 hour is so intense. You progress through the levels. You just kick down, you just have to clear all the rooms. That's your objective. You just clear all the rooms, kick everyone and shoot everyone. Once you're done shooting the bullet, there's no reloading. You throw the fucking gun at the person, and then you will kill them as well. And then you pick up a new gun from that enemy,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And you keep
eating
going.
the gun is a
Yeah.
single hit.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
single hit kill for some reason lah, but like certain parts it's a bit imbalanced, but it kind of
Mhm.
helps with the game as well. And the best part about the game is when you die, don't straight away restart. Right? When you
Oh.
die,
Yeah.
this Sean loved this, right? So
Mhm.
when you die, these guys will start to rave.
On your
These
dead body.
on your dead body, these enemies will start to you know how all the people dance in the club. like the hand going up, following the beat, and the whatever grinding, and then these guys would do that, and they will also twerk.
Oh yeah.
Oh
They
no.
twerk on you,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
So
no.
can you just imagine full on buff alligators twerking on you,
Literally
and
throwing
like
it back on you while you're
buff,
dead.
yeah, and buff pigs twerking on
Mm-hmm.
you. Right, it's a whole other level for furries, but like if you're a furry, you can go and play that game. Like it's all for you.
Wonder
But
Shan
like,
loved it.
yeah, or
Yep.
scaly, she loved it, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
they all suddenly will do the wave and like they just all
Melee
wave
rock on
and
you.
melee rock on you, yeah,
Fucking dab on you, bro.
yeah, and
They are
like
ruthless.
they fucking bro, fucking disrespect,
Yeah,
bro,
right.
disrespect. Yeah, and it was so funny when you die, like you like it's not like somehow they've realized the concept to it, like the emotional concept. They make you feel hyper and go fast and angry, and then when you die, you just laugh because you see them dancing. So you
Yeah.
relieve your stress and you're good to go again. Which is pretty genius in itself. I don't know if they intended to do that, but like
I feel
it
like
was amazing to
I
me.
feel like for me, I would just rage even more seeing people dance on my corpse.
No, but they dance in a funny way, and that's the thing. Like
That would make it
it's
worse for
funny.
me. I just be like, I want to fucking kill this motherfucker.
And you will come back and you will just like destroy them, like they will get destroyed for sure, and you will finish the game. It's not too difficult. Like if you understand the mechanics, you will get past it.
I mean,
Like
if
it's
you
fun.
have a half decent aim, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this game Angerfoot, I'm gonna give it an 8 as well,
Mm-hmm.
because there was like no final boss or anything. It was just 9 levels. um but yeah, really good game, 8 out of 10. Also a burger.
Yeah,
Also a burger.
Very
Like
definitely.
nice,
if
very
you're new to it,
nice.
Mhm.
go and download it, play it. You can get it for free, or you can support the devs by paying them as well. Pretty good. Yeah, it's on itch.io. Yeah, that's my 2 games. I think I took a while.
Those were very good games. Actually, I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching and playing
Mm.
one of them. But
Yeah, you
yeah,
played
those
Anger
are
for, yeah.
really. Angerfoot was an amazing game.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
that's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Naga, yours.
Well, I think John knows immediately what game I'm going to talk about first.
Mhm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
is 100% going to be Resident Evil Village.
Yep.
Right.
That game
Mhm.
scared
Mhm.
the bejesus out of me.
I watched you play it.
Most people probably wouldn't be scared, but because me, I have a serious problem with horror games. Like they
Mhm.
will scare me. And RE8 scared the bejesus. I'm talking like I was screaming while playing this game. Every time Demetrescu, yeah, I know how to pronounce her name flawlessly now because that's how many times I fucking died to this bitch.
Mhm.
Demetrescu, every time she chases me, I will be screaming. Like, every time one of the
Mhm.
daughters chased me, I was screaming. It was that fucking horrifying for me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because they were insects and I really don't like insects. So
Mhm.
that was like higher level of fear. It's like, oh fuck no, fuck no, fuck no. Gameplay wise, it was great. Like, it really just felt like RE4.
Mhm.
That was the vibe I was getting playing it, and RE4 was like one of my favorite REs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's more horrifying because it's first person,
Mhm.
and the shit that Ethan goes through, I'm like, damn,
Yeah, he's a
bro,
fucking legend.
Capcom really doesn't like this guy.
Capcom really does not like that guy. Bruh, Ethan Winters, right? That's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ethan Winters.
Bruh, he is put through a fuck ton of fucking pain.
2 games back to back. He goes through so
Bruh.
much of bullshit. You know, if my wife was in a situation like that, fuck RE8, RE7 itself. If my wife sent me a message like that, that bitch dead. I'm not going. No, no,
or
no.
if I would, okay, depends on who. Like, I would go, but I sure as hell would. If I'm in America and I'm American, bro, go to the gun store, buy an assault rifle, buy 600 rounds of ammunition, okay, buy like 15 grenades, buy 3 shotguns, and buy like 50 shotgun shells, and then go. Don't go there with a fucking torchlight, motherfucker.
Okay, that is a good point. Like, if you
Yeah.
had access to weapons, would you do it? Thiru?
To be honest, like the moment I see that these people are wearing, even though it's like current time,
Mm-hmm.
and these people look like Mormons or something,
Mm-hmm.
and like once I see the first lichen, I'm out of there.
Even if you
Like
had weapons.
even if I had weapons, like no, this is too much for what I signed up for.
I was not
Like
trained for this.
that guy, like I'm ready to shoot people, but like people who want to like kill my wife, but these aren't people. These are fucking lichens. Like normal people would die when I shoot them twice. These
Yeah,
guys
no,
would still scream and run at you,
Yeah.
and they're incredibly hairy and like they have sharp claws, which I do not want around my neck. Right. So the moment I see the first lichen, like from far away, I'm turning back and going wherever.
It depends
Like
on how many guns I can bring.
anywhere else is better than that. No matter how many guns you have.
No, if I have a lot of guns, I'll go. If you give me a
We've-
pistol, I'm not
we've-
going. No, no.
Naga, we've watched zombie movies.
No, no,
Right?
no, no,
Have
no.
you
Honestly,
seen
I
what's
bet.
happened in zombie
Dude,
movies.
no, but still, I back Naga though. If like Naga, if at all, right, you were put in that situation, I would definitely follow you.
Actually, no. I mean, no. Okay.
Because
here's the
like
thing.
if it's
if
my
we go in a
wife,
group, sure.
if it's my wife,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I will go if I can bring a lot of guns. If it's only a
Yeah.
pistol, I'm not gonna go because I know I got 8 shots
Yeah.
and it
That
might
isn't
not
gonna
be
do
enough.
jack shit to
It
anything.
depends on what pistol it is, you know. Like if you give me
have no
if
idea
it's
whether
a
you're gonna get any other loot. You have no idea whether you're gonna get any
yeah,
other
I
ammo.
don't know if I'm gonna get any more ammo. So like once like it's even if it's a Glock 17, you know, fully auto pistol, right? What happens when I'm out of ammo? But
Yeah,
if you tell
and
me
the-
like I can bring my own loadout, fuck yeah, I'll bring like an AR, I'll bring a shotgun, I'll bring a sniper. I mean, I'll be kind of really heavy and hard to move, but I'll be able to kill everything that's in my way. You know, anything that's
so good.
any motherfucker
you-
just starts walking, shuffling, I'll just like pop that motherfucker from like
Yeah.
50 feet.
No, no. The thing is, if you get hurt, you can't do what Ethan Winters do. Fucking Ethan Winters just opens a bottle of alcohol and pours it in his hand, like, and then he's
I
like
mean-
healed up. But like, that's like we can't do that. Like the moment you get scratched once, you're just gonna be like, fuck this shit. Like, you know, like you lose your fucking arm, and then like, fuck.
Yeah, that's why I would. That's why I'm saying like if I can bring a loadout, you know, like
Yeah.
I
No,
would-
okay, but if we're going together, like if we're homies and we're going together,
bro, easy.
like 3 of us are loaded out, like
Easy.
sure, yes.
I would go
Yeah,
there like
yeah,
the stuff I would have to bring to go through what Ethan did. I would have to bring like a fucking full on plate carrier with
I would also call the police.
yeah, and I would also yes I would also call the fucking military.
I would call the
Hello,
police. I would call the
police.
military. Hello, police. My wife has been fucking kidnapped by freaks. There are lichens.
Can you bring the
Cannot
tanks?
handle this. Can you
bring the
bring
fucking
the tanks?
tanks?
I would also bring my smartphone so I can call the police and know
I
where
would-
the fuck I am. I don't need to rely on the
I
fucking
would
people map.
I would also not move my family to a fucking remote ass weird ass Eastern European country,
Exactly.
which is apparently like a very short drive away from this weird ass village.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would
Yeah,
not
and
do
somehow they didn't fucking see a
I-
big ass castle next to them.
that.
Exactly.
Like Ethan, like it's a short drive like from his house. Like no. I'm gonna stay in fucking downtown LA. If motherfucking zombies and weird ass werewolf motherfuckers wanna come down and steal my fucking family, they're gonna have to deal with the LA police who gonna shoot on sight. So I'm good.
Okay, but for real though, what's your like thoughts on? I mean, where are you now in Resident Evil?
I finished it.
You finished it, so you know the ending as well, right?
Yeah. Ethan gets
Okay,
cut.
what are your thoughts about the whole damn thing?
The game.
Oh, wait, are we gonna talk about spoilers?
Like, I mean, by
Yeah.
at
Okay.
this
So
point,
then we
Yeah.
will have to say
Spoiler
oh,
warning. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Yes.
Just close your ears. I don't know
Yeah,
how that will work, but yeah, sure.
if you haven't played Resident Evil
I-
8, do not listen to this part.
I really like the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the game has its issues. Like for me, the gameplay is fine. Gameplay is great.
Hmm.
But after a certain point, it just becomes Call of Duty.
That
Right.
is what every review has said.
Yeah.
And you're not the first.
And
to
I'm
say
not
it,
I'm not
so-
saying like oh that specific portion where it is Call of Duty because you play as a different character.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, like, once I get like certain amount of upgrades to my pistol and my shotgun, I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I'm just gonna shoot the stupid monster in the face. You know, fuck
Mhm.
you. You're not scary because I can aim. I'm not scared. Fuck you. I'm only scared but like the big titty lady, I was scared because you
Mhm.
can't kill her normally. You have to go through the story and then you get to kill her. But like when she was chasing me, that was scary. When I was being hunted at the early part of the game and I only had like 10 bullets, that was scary. But like by the end of the game, when I had like a fucking 150 rounds, I had a shotgun, I had a grenade launcher. I'm like, what monster is gonna hurt me? I'm gonna
Yeah.
blow that motherfucker up. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna hold on to my shotgun and hold on to my grenade launcher. Like if I see 5 zombies, I'm like, okay, y'all getting blown up. So it was after a certain while, like the scariness just wore off, and it became like another action shooter. And when you compare it to other shooters, it's very lacking. Like the gameplay mechanics are meant for like slow pace horror, but once you get too many weapons, it just got a little like it's too easy. One thing, second, it's not scary anymore, and third, like the shooting is not fun as like Call of Duty or Battlefield. So that's a big negative. Like they should have went down the horror route more instead of giving us so many weapons and being, you know, action focused.
What about the ending, Naga? I know you raged a lot.
I really hated it. I have this thing where when my character dies at the end of the game, spoiler, Ethan does fucking die. Like he just dies. I get really pissed off. Like you remember like when I played Alien Isolation and then the ending was
Oh my
that
god, that ending pissed me off.
and then I'm just in space, I'm like, what? So I just die? That's it?
Yeah, she dies, right? Yeah.
That was the best reaction I've ever had.
Like
it's pointless.
Yeah,
you went through all of that for nothing, you know.
To just die.
Yeah, and the way Ethan died pissed me off the most. Like he didn't need to die. Like, just bro, what are you doing? Just move.
I have a feeling they're just gonna bring him back at some point.
It's Resident Evil. They are gonna bring him back. It's
like Ari always brings people back.
People die and come back in Resident Evil like it's the fucking biblical Christian times, man.
Yep. I can't even deny it because they do love bringing back dead characters, even if they have died like 4 times.
It's like their note of surprise.
Looking at you, Wesker.
Yeah.
Remember when Wesker got like stabbed through the fucking heart and then he's back in RE5 and like, yes, I'm back and I have superpowers now. Getting stabbed was intentional so that I would get the virus. I'm like, that was that.
Go back to where you came from. Go back.
Hold up. Getting stabbed was intentional? through the heart? You didn't know if that virus was gonna work, motherfucker. What do you mean it was intentional?
He's like he died and then he woke up. Wait, what? I'm alive?
I have powers?
This is what I wanted all the time.
I'm always correct.
I'm always correct. This is exactly what I wanted to do.
But yeah, for
die and come back alive.
for Village, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a solid game. It's a fun game. It's got its problems. The performance issues are really, really annoying. Like some parts your frame rate will tank. But the RE engine is really good in the sense that I was able to play with RTX on without DLSS for a large portion. I only turned it off at the end because at the end, the Call of Duty style segment, there was like 50 people on the screen and it just tanked my frame rate. So I turned, but for most of the game, I was playing with RTX on, and it's a really beautiful game. Like graphically, it's unbelievable. I'm a graphics whore. I fucking love good graphics.
Yeah.
So if you like graphics, RE8 absolutely. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Especially if you have a computer with ray tracing. Turn that shit on. Woo.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. Yeah.
8 out of 10. I would give it a burger because again, it's a AAA game. If you like horror games, it's gonna be a fun game to play. The second game is an old game that I have been revisiting over the past couple of days. John knows because I've been. I think Tiro, you also know because I've been spending literally like an entire day just modding it. And that was my main reason for coming back. Yeah. I was playing The Witcher 3. And I am a person that never finished The Witcher 3. I couldn't because it's just too
I've never played Witcher 3, so...
It's too
damn long.
fucking long. It's too damn long. You think you're getting to the ending and it's like, oh, you're halfway through the story. I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah, like you
I
think
s-
Valhalla is bad? No,
yeah. I
it's a
I
different
just
kind
I
of
just
demon.
stopped because like, I have a life, I have a job, I cannot do
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, since I have a lot of time now because I'm working from home,
Mm.
I'm like, fuck it, let's just play Witcher 3. So I've been playing it, but first thing I did when I loaded the game up, right, I looked at the graphics and I'm like, yeah, no.
Mm.
Bruh, like
I
after you wanted the graphics, we were like, this is very, very tasty.
I had
Yep.
cranked the settings up to ultimate, like everything all the way up to ultra. So then I played the game. What the fuck? This is ultra? Huh? This is like a fucking PS4. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I remember this game looking much prettier. What the fuck? And then I quit. I went straight to Nexus Mods and I downloaded like the HD rework. I downloaded the 4K textures for both Geralt and the NPCs. I downloaded the Better Faces mod. I downloaded like better lighting. I tried to get Reshape working on my Epic Games version because I was a dumbass who bought it on Epic Games and I just couldn't get it to work. So what I did was I deleted my Epic one. I downloaded it on Steam because it was really, really, really cheap. So I was like, fuck it. It's an amazing game. I don't care. So I bought it on Steam and then I managed to get Reshape working and I did a photorealistic preset. So now you guys haven't seen the Reshape that I did,
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, no.
but it looks amazing.
No.
Like I make it more washed out and a lot more gray, so it feels like
The
Olden
older
days.
it
times.
feels
Yeah.
like olden times. But the graphics are cranked up like even higher than you guys saw, because I downloaded another preset which allowed me to push the setting past ultra towards ultimate and extreme. Yeah,
Damn.
no, it's called supreme and ultimate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing on all like cranked up. Everything's on ultimate. The shadows are all cranked up. Can even set like your cascading shadows. There's like 4
Yeah.
levels of cascading shadows, and I cranked everything up. And now when I look at it, I'm like, this game
How's
now
the
it's
frames
beautiful. I'm still getting 60. I'm locked at 60
Beautiful.
because like as much as you want to crank the shit up, the engine itself, it's from 5 years ago. I have a 2070 Super. It's gonna handle it just fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, not even 5 years ago. At this point, it's like 6 years already.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year is the 6th year of Witcher, which is insane because Witcher is doing even better than Cyberpunk. I feel like they tried to do a Witcher
Yeah.
with Cyberpunk and they completely fucked it up. Like
Yeah, they did.
completely. Because revisiting Witcher, right? Like I think Naga, you also can agree. It feels very much like what we went through in Cyberpunk, but first person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
the reason why I am not disappointed with Cyberpunk is that was exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting first person Witcher 3 with guns and tech. And that's what I got. But like for this game, I would have to give it, I mean, it's Witcher 3, it's a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
No. It's a 9 out of 10. The one thing I hate about Witcher 3, and I've always hated, is the fucking combat. I do not like the combat.
Really? You hate the combat?
I hate the combat. I am a
hate the
guy.
traveling, bro.
Oh yeah, I had a mod for that. Fast travel. That's the first thing I did.
Same.
Fast travel mod. Fuck this shit. I do not want to walk around in this big ass gigantic world. The combat, right? Like for me, when it comes to sword, because I actually know how to use a sword in real life, so I look at the Witcher 3's fighting, and it's very beautiful, like pirouetting, spinning, and all that shit. I'm like, you don't. I mean, you do spin in a real sword fight. You do have uses for pirouetting and spinning, but you don't spin to the extent that Geralt does, because you do that, you're just gonna get stabbed in the back. Especially fighting human opponents. If you're fighting monsters, I can see like, yeah, maybe it makes sense because you want to be able to move really, really fast before the monster can hit you. But if you're fighting like multiple humans, you wouldn't do that because, I mean, you pirouette and spin on one guy, another guy is just behind you, he's just gonna stab you in the back and you're just gonna die.
That is exactly what happens though.
Yeah. So like that is a big thing I don't like about Witcher 3's combat. I would have preferred if the combat was more grounded like Witcher 2, where he does do a few spinny shit, but it's mainly like if you're playing on harder difficulties, you want to try to keep as many one-on-one fights as you can. So you mainly about moving, and I do still try to keep my gameplay in a more realistic style. So I'm not like in the middle of like 15 guys and fighting all them, but like I would tend to move away and try to keep them in a single file and then fight one guy at a time, which is what you're supposed to do if you're fighting multiple opponents. You're supposed to like try and get them to come all from one direction, so it's easier for you to defend. Whereas, you know, in movies and shit, it's like the hero is just like fucking jumping into like 15 guys and just whacking everyone. Which I don't like that lah. For me, like sword fighting, when it's done properly, it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Like movies and games tend to like really hype up the fantasy element of like, oh, you know, one guy with a sword, he's like a master and he can kill 15 guys. But like, it's possible. But if they did it in a proper way, I would really appreciate it more, because like, it's all about subtlety. Like when you parry a blade, it's not like how you see it in Star Wars where there's exaggerated motion of bringing your sword up and completely blocking. Usually, you block and strike in one motion. So if somebody's hitting you from the top, you would glance your blade like at a 45-degree angle. And then once you make contact with the blade and you move it out of the way, you would then shift your balance and your stance and maybe just bring your sword up and then bring it down to strike on top of them. So that is the thing that I'm missing. I feel like if they had gone with that when it comes to at least fighting human opponents with swords, you know, that element, I would really appreciate it more. But that for me is the big downside, like the combat. Like as someone who knows how to use a sword, that's not how you would use it. So I'm not really pleased with the way that they were fighting.
There's very few games that have actually done that proper, right? Like I
Very
think
few.
For Honor has done that. They've nailed
For Honors.
Yeah, For Honor, they've nailed most of the fighting styles, the sword fighting styles. I think Shadow of Mordor might have done that as well.
No, Shadow of Mordor is like one of the worst depictions of sword fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure about that, because I've heard that the fighting style on that is good, but like I heard it's a good game.
It's a good game. No, it's a good game, and the fighting style is very entertaining. But it's not very practical, because mainly, I mean, you are a supernatural force of nature, so
yeah, right.
you're not gonna fight like a normal person.
Yeah.
But in terms of fighting in a realistic manner, there have been a couple of games, but they're mostly indie games. There's this game called 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐑𝐔, which is an indie title, and it's like a 1v1 fighting game. It's in the vein of something like Bushido Blade, which is a game from the 90s, like PS1 game.
Right.
And 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐑𝐔 is very realistic.
Right.
The sword fighting, it's very real, because there's no exaggerated motion. It's all about your spacing and your control of your weapon against your enemy.
Right.
But it's not very fun to play. I mean, for me, it's very fun because I know what's going on.
After a point, it becomes a simulator.
Yeah, it's basically sword fighting simulator. Like for me, it's very fun because I know what's going on. But for the general person, if they played 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐑𝐔, they will find it annoying, because you know, someone just stays super defensive and just pokes them with a rapier and they die. Which is what will happen if you fight with a rapier and you're being wild. They'll just stab you, you know, because that's what a rapier can do very easily. Another game that I'm looking forward to, I actually backed this project on Kickstarter. Wait, let me bring it up.
I know Ghost of Tsushima also had like pretty good sword fighting.
But it's not on PC. That's the only like really sad part.
I'll get
comes out on PC, bro.
Bro, it would be beautiful on PC. It would be beautiful.
Okay. I backed this game called Die by the Blade on Kickstarter.
Die by the Blade. Okay.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty realistic-ish. It's mainly focusing on trying to be a spiritual successor to Bushido Blade. So it's a 1v1 sword fighting game, like a fighting game, and you fight with like katanas, and it's mostly Japanese inspired.
Yeah.
And
Japanese guys get it right. They get their sword fighting right. Like it's a culture thing.
No, I mean I'm pretty sure it's a US company, but they're like they're kind of weeps like us lah.
I think they'll probably be hated on if they didn't get it right.
But you have a point about Ghost of Tsushima. I played through it because I have a PS4, and the fighting for the most part is really, really nice. Like there are some things that you wouldn't do in if you're fighting with a katana. Like one of the main things is a lot of edge clashing. You'll see this in movies where they go like blade edge, right? And like with a katana, it's a single edge weapon. So you smack the blade edge against another blade edge. All you're doing is biting into your edge, you know, creating imperfections and a weakness in your blade. Usually, if you're defending with a katana, you're not trying to block with the edge. You're either trying to deflect it with the spine of the blade or the flat, and you're not blocking statically because that creates a lot of stress. You're trying to move the enemy's weapon out of the way. It's like a parry rather than a static block. You can do a static block, but it's not good for your sword, basically.
Right.
Yeah, but in the game, like it's a game, so they block like normal and shit, and then sparks fly everywhere. But I mean, I'm not gonna discount the game for that. It's like whatever lah. For most part, Ghost of Tsushima gets the fighting right.
Right.
But yeah, that's my big gripe with like The Witcher. It's just the combat,
Right. So 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10. But it does get a burger because it's one of the best games of last generation.
Right. So people should play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
most definitely.
Okay.
Looking at
that's
you,
good.
Tiru.
Yeah. I should play it.
Um,
What about you, John?
Mine, I mean, it was more of revisits of older games that I have played before, but I've been in the mood to play like horror games back again because I really enjoy horror. So,
You played the older RE as well, right?
yeah, I went back to the remake. I started off with Evil Within 2 because I can't be bothered to play one like that. It was a really good game, but I can't be bothered to play it. There's a lot of the controls that I don't like about the game. So Evil Within 2, it did a very good job at, following its core, which was Evil Within the first one. And the horror part was good because it's very subtle. It wasn't like, in your face the whole damn time. But when you did get into like, the horror sequences, like this one uh I guess sub boss, because you can't actually kill this thing. It's called the anima. Whenever the anima shows up and all that, like the encounters with her and how creepy she sounds, the character designs, the zombie designs, and then the crawler designs, it was all done really, really well. In terms of boss designs, it was kind of lackluster. That was the thing that I think every Evil Within 2 fan knew or thought of and had a problem with. But apart from that, the game was really good. It was really fun playing that for again after so many years. Other than that, I would say, oh yeah, I recently got Days Gone on PC, and this is my first time playing it.
What is it?
It's beautiful. It's not taxing on the PC at all. I thought it would be fucking painful to run it, but it's not. It's just very slow. Like the way I feel is like it tries too hard to be Last of Us, but the characters and their lines, they get kind of old after a while of playing it. Like I don't think I've reached chapter 2 yet. No, I think I have reached chapter 2, and the mood to go back and play it wasn't there. Like I didn't have that same feeling I had when I played Last of Us, where I was sitting in front of the TV playing Last of Us, and then I had to stop because I had school, and then I go to school, come back, and I'm like, the only thing on my mind is Last of Us and continuing it, because it's a zombie sort of story-based game, and like this game just didn't really get my attention that way because there's too much of shit going on. There's your weapons, there's your bike, there's fueling the bike, there's repairing the bike, and then there's your health, and then there's so much of shit like stacked on each other. It feels like it's too overwhelming when you play a zombie survival game. If it's like more simplified, like Last of Us, where you had skills and yourself with no fucking bike, it was nicer, you know?
Right.
This one, the bike is more like a burden because then you have to go around look for petrol, then you have to go around look for parts, and then repair the bike every now and then, check for fuel. It's like, man, let me just fucking play the game. So, Days Gone, it was okay, wasn't that good. I wouldn't even give it a rating because I deleted it the first day I got it.
Damn.
So yeah, it's a triple A game. I get it and all that. It's supposed to be good. It's not, honestly. From a person that enjoys horror games and zombie type of games.
Mhm.
Fucking ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Maybe it's for
Resident.
more for people who like
No, I mean, I have it on
fight.
PS4 and
Uh-huh.
I played it, and I get where John's coming from 100%.
Mm.
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 Because when I was playing it, the first, I would say 15 hours are miserable.
Right.
Yeah.
It's miserable because
That's
the main thing is the fucking bike. Like,
Exactly.
the fuel. I don't know what bike this guy has, but having to refuel it every like 15 minutes.
Oh, it's fucking annoying.
What kind of
It's
bike does
so
that? Like,
annoying.
that's the thing about games. Like, they want to do these kind of mechanics. I always get really irritated because, like, you want to do this kind of mechanics, you gotta make it not bothersome. You
Yes.
gotta make it be something that I worry about, but not to the point where every 5 minutes I'm just topping off my gas tank because I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm gonna run out of fucking gas in the middle of a fucking zombie horde. And
Exactly.
that does happen sometimes. And the main thing that annoyed me was the fucking bike. You know, this bike is supposed to be cool, but you made it less cool because you made me have to get fuel for it.
hmm
Yeah.
Did you have to like turn off the bike and then like when you go out
No,
do
no.
other
When
things?
you get off the bike, it's off immediately. But the part that is annoying is that you go 5 feet and you lose like half a tank. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And then you get shot once, your bike is down to like 20 HP,
What?
which is insane. So it's like,
The game does get better, but then I go back into what I've always said. Like, I have a serious problem with games that get better like 10 hours later. Like, why can't you just be
Yeah,
yeah,
why can't be good from the
yeah,
start?
just why can't it just be
exactly.
good from the start? Like, a lot of people will always say this, you know, like whenever I say about a game, like, oh, I don't like it. It's like, oh, it gets better later on. I'm like, why is it not good now? Like, why is that
Mm-hmm.
something that is a thing that's accepted? Like, oh, the game gets better like 15 hours later. Like, do you
Mhm,
realize 15 hours is a lot of time to be spent playing a video game?
Yeah.
mhm,
If you are a kid with no responsibilities and all you do is go to school and come home play games, sure, you know, you can sink
mhm,
15 hours in miserably and then after that you finally have fun. But for me as an
Mm-hmm.
adult with a fucking job and shit, I don't got time. I maybe have 2 or 3 hours if I'm really pushing it a night to,
Mm-hmm.
to play it. But most of the time I only have like 2 hours to play and I have to do other things and all that. So I end up playing maybe for like an hour a night when I have to work. Like right now, it's different. I can play all these super long games because I have all this time, but I still wouldn't fucking play Days Gone because I can play Witcher, which is good from the beginning. I can play.
Yeah.
I can play Call of Duty, which is always fun. I can play NBA
Mm-hmm.
2K. I can play World War Z. Like there's so many games out there. Then and speaking of zombie games, you know, I can play World War Z. I can play The Last of Us, the first one, lah, at least.
Bro,
mhm,
the thing is, right, like, because Thiru, and I'm sure like people listening to this also probably won't understand like why I'm making a comparison to Last of Us. Last of Us is based off of a father. It's somewhat like a father-daughter story. So,
mhm,
it's how he like bonds with this girl that he had literally never met, and how
mhm,
she's like a rebel teen that slowly, calms down and accepts him as a like father figure in her life. And
mhm,
they have to go through so much of shit just to, like,
mhm,
in
Not
quote
die.
unquote, yeah, to not die lah, and to get her healed. And like Last of Us 1, from the very fucking start, they had no chill. Everything was
mhm.
just thrown at your face. It's like, okay, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. And it was like that was a way to connect with whoever whoever's
Right,
playing your
right.
game, because as a developer, you don't want your game to be like boring as shit and flooded with too much story in the beginning. You want to
Yeah,
give them the story as they go on, so it's like they have the
the
want
yeah,
to finish it
yeah.
and find out what it is at the end. What is
Mhm,
this about? Days Gone tosses a story of how, this guy lost his wife and now he's a sourpuss and a bitch that hates life and is upset about every fucking thing, can't be grateful. It's like, when you play it, you get put off by the main character's attitude and vibe. It's like, even when he did get a bike back, after he so stupidly left his bike on a highway, he decided to be a bitch to the guy that gave him the bike, which is like, at that point, it's like, come on, man, you got a bike. Why are you still bitching? It's
mhm.
like, it is a zombie apocalypse. You can't pick and choose which kind of bike you want, you
Right,
see?
exactly,
So it's
exactly.
like,
I have the flip
the
side. I have the opposite opinion of Deacon.
uh-huh.
Like, I like how much of a bitch he is. Like, it would, for me, like, that's the kind of bitch I would be if I was in a zombie apocalypse, you know? I would not be
Mhm.
pleased to be there. I would be
No, I'm
annoyed.
not saying you have to be pleased. It's more like Joel. Like
Yeah,
Joel's
yeah.
kind of annoyance and like I don't give a fuck. That I liked. Or like best example, fucking Snake. How Snake was in in the games, right? Like how they portrayed him, right? And how like the Witcher Geralt is. It's like those kind of like I don't give a fuck. I'm not into whatever you're trying to tell me. You know, I just want to get shit done. Those kind of emotions, I'm fine with. This one was too bitchy and whiny, which is why I got annoyed. And I had no mood of playing
Yeah.
it after a while. So yeah, that game just removed from my library
Yeah,
immediately.
it's one of those
Yeah.
games that takes way too long to get good. And when it
Yeah.
I mean when it picks up, it really does pick up, but like
Mm-hmm.
I'll
I
be
don't
honest,
have the time for it.
I never finished it. I never finished it because by the
You
time
also?
yeah, I never finished it. And I played
Mm-hmm.
it for like I think 30 hours. Like by
Mm-hmm.
the time it got good, I was just done. You know, like
Yeah.
I cannot appreciate the good parts of the game because for the past like 15 hours you made me play the shit parts. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't appreciate mowing down a zombie horde with a machine gun because for the past 15 hours, you know, I've been running around hoping I don't run out of fuel when the zombie horde
Oh
comes
my
around.
god, another thing. When you're on the bike and you're riding around, it's not silent.
It's loud. It's very
Fucking
big.
boozer is in your ear the whole damn time. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Let me enjoy the ride.
Can you run over
Jeez.
zombies with
Yeah,
the?
you can.
Yeah, you
But
can.
if you run over a zombie, it fucks your bike health.
Oh,
Yeah.
come
Yep,
on.
yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, Days Gone, not a good game. Summarize the games that I actually really liked.
Mhm,
Um, Resident Evil 2 rework or remastered or remake,
mhm, mhm.
whichever you want to call it. Fucking amazing. I loved it. I ran through it 3 times after I was done the
I
first time.
fucking love that game.
I went through all the DLC. Amazing game.
Did you get
Um,
the mod, the Thomas the Tank Engine?
oh yeah, I did. I modded the shit out of it. Played as the tofu. I love the fucking tofus. They are the best. Um, uh,
RoboCop, Mr. X.
Robocop Mr. X, yeah,
Yeah.
you witnessed that. I went back to Far Cry Primal, which was a big goof on my end when I first got it years ago, because I had changed the controls to inverted, and I didn't know at the time what inverted meant, so I thought the game was just fucked and I stopped playing it. But now that I know what it means, I played Far Cry Primal again. Really, really enjoyed it. Far Cry is one of those series that can never be bad, in my opinion. It's just
Mhm,
mayhem in any generation you're in, and it's just fun. Like if you want to just go into a game and kill shit and not feel bad about it, Far Cry is the best thing. Um, so both those games, Resident Evil 2, I give it a 10 out of 10 fully. That game is amazing.
mhm,
I don't see any mistake they did with Resident Evil 2, the remake. There was like nothing wrong with it. Everything was perfect. Zombie spacing, the way zombie latches onto you, nothing was bullshit. Nothing
mhm,
was, out of the ordinary. Everything was scripted the perfect way.
mhm,
Mr. X chasing the fuck out of you is amazing because you don't get that same feeling when you play RE8. It's literally boring as shit after you kill the lady.
mhm,
Um, so that gets a 10 out of 10 with a burger if you like horror games. And I mean, Resident Evil 2 is not really that much of a jumpy game, so you wouldn't really get scared. I mean, certain times if you're like, it can catch you off guard, Mr. X and certain enemies. But apart from that, it's actually a really good, like, thriller shooter. It's really good. So that's 10 out of 10 with a burger. And fucking Far Cry Primal, 8 out of 10 because there's a lot of optimization issues. I mean, it's an old game. I'm being an asshole. A lot of optimization issues. A lot of bugs and glitches that they just decided to say, fuck it to.
mhm,
We're gonna make another Far Cry, just ditch Primal. So it's like Primal gets an 8 because of the bugs and glitches. That can be game breaking, mind you. You can like not progress because of these bugs and glitches.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that gets an 8 out of 10. Apart from that, like the scenery, the feeling of the game, like it feels like you are in a forest and like olden times, so it's really good. That gets 8 out of 10, no bugger, because I don't think people want to go back to that nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back because I'm a dumbass that fucked up the game's mechanics, but like, but like people, wouldn't really want to go back, and I don't think you should go back. I think you should just play the newer Far Cry's and be happy with that. Don't go back to Primal. It's an 8 out of 10 game, no burger. The other one
What
is a 10 out of 10 with a burger.
what about the one you hate, the Days Gone?
Oh, Days Gone is just shit. That's like the type of game where I wouldn't even want to see or read any news about it. Like I really don't care if it dies down. It
How
is
many
dying
beers,
down.
John? How many beers, John? How many?
None, no
None.
beers. No beers. It's fucking trash. No
Not
beer.
even considered a game.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's just a chore.
It's actually a chore. It's painful. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's we've covered quite a bit of games.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have more games next time. So now let's move on to our favorite part, the
Yes,
funny
the
news.
best part.
The funny news.
Mm-hmm.
Cue stick bug music. Okay, I'm gonna input that. Yeah, okay, sure. So do you all remember last time's funny news?
Yeah,
And
mine was the turtle flying through the fucking windshield.
yeah, we did the Florida Man episode, right?
Yes, sir.
That's already up, by the way. So yeah, today we are back. There's no particular theme today, but I have my news. What about you guys?
I have a piece of news as well. And this time,
Okay.
it is not animal related.
In this time, mine is animal related.
I think I know
Oh,
which one
mine
yours
is-
is. Does it involve
Oh.
does it involve a crocodile?
No, it doesn't. It
Oh,
doesn't. This is
goddammit.
this is a slightly older one.
Okay, mine's a person again. And this one, y'all need to see the picture, so I think I'll go last for this one.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So Naga, you wanna go
Yeah,
first?
I'll kick it off then.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, here's the headline. I think you're gonna get a kick out of this, dear Lucas.
Sure.
Canadian soldier
Mhm.
charged with feeding cannabis cupcakes to artillery unit during live fire exercise.
What? Why?
A Canadian Army
Why?
gunner is facing more than a dozen charges after she allegedly served cannabis-laced cupcakes to her unsuspecting artillery unit during a live fire exercise.
I thought he was a guy.
Court
Oh,
documents allege a sudden onset of paranoia, fatigue, and confusion among the troops who ate the cupcakes, unaware of the psychoactive contents.
She training them, bro. She training them.
Several affected members were allegedly unable to properly execute safe weapons and explosive handling drills, according to
my
a military
God.
judge summary of the charges.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
The incident marks the first time that a Canadian Armed Forces member has been charged with administering marijuana to colleagues without their consent.
I mean, yeah. What the fuck?
Bombardier
Why?
Chelsea Coxwell is facing 18 charges in all, including 8 counts of administering a noxious substance, 9 counts of conduct to the prejudice of good order and discipline, and 1 count of behaving in a disgraceful manner.
Wait. This is in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Who are they fighting?
This is a training exercise.
It's literally the nicest people in the world.
They're getting ready for Santa Claus to invade, bro.
The elves are
Deep in the north. According
Was
to
their training just saying sorry, don't stop?
She's just an elf spy. She just gave them weed. Santa's telling her your mission is to get them fucked up. We go in at that point.
According to court documents, Coxwell was working the canteen during exercise Common Gunner, an intensive 3-week combat training scenario with the Royal Canadian Artillery School. Cogswell, who served in the Army's regular forces since 2011, allegedly prepared the cupcakes and distributed them to colleagues in her artillery battery.
She made it as well, so she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she knew. But
What the fuck?
All the
Why?
members of W Battery who consumed the cupcakes, except one, allegedly experienced symptoms which included dehydration, overheating, fatigue, confusion, dry mouth, and paranoia. So we know that that one pothead who was unaffected.
Yeah, exactly. One point. The 18 and I was like, I don't feel anything.
No, but they could have literally just done like a physical training session. Okay, I understand her now. I understand her idea now. She
Why?
didn't want to like make them work out, or she didn't want to work out. So she's like, you know what's the next best thing to fucking go through like tiredness and like sweat and like nausea? Fucking weed
Weed.
brownies. Like you experience all the same symptoms as working out your body.
Plus paranoia. Don't forget paranoia.
Exactly. I call her genius. She is a genius.
Oh
She
my
is a
goodness.
genius. Just that I don't know how you will lose weight. Maybe from all the vomiting or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That does happen.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like you probably lose weight from that. So I guess she achieved what she wanted to achieve in a training
You know what?
session.
You know what's the funniest part about the whole article, though, is
What
that
is
they
it?
refer to these people as victims. You know for a fact the fuckers were having a time of their life. Though.
No, but which
No,
army?
apparently they were like suffering from paranoia and fear, bro.
No. You know what's the other thing?
imagine, it's like they're trying to load the shell into the howitzer and they're just like panicking. Bro, what if it explodes?
What if
It's
it
so-
explodes? Bro, how the fuck do you load this again? Bro, you gotta put it from the front, bro. Whoa.
Oh my god. Imagine if they were doing that, they were loading shotgun shells through the front.
Bro, you seen this thing? It's huge, bro.
My
Yo,
god.
Oh my
I can't
god.
fit this bullet into my fucking magazine, bro. It's too big.
Is it just me or is my gun too small? Bruh, like I would have been
This
so
is-
sus of her. Like if you're in the army, first of all, why are you giving cupcakes?
No, why are you taking cupcakes?
Yeah, why you first of all, why are
No,
you giving it? Second, why are you
Thiru,
taking?
you've been in the army. You know damn well you see cupcakes, you can whack.
Yeah, I mean that is true. But like it would never
You are
happen.
you are
If it does
constantly
happen,
you're constantly hungry. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not questioning it.
I'm not questioning it. I'm gonna take it. But like I've never seen a fucking cupcake when I'm in a training session.
No,
Like,
but I mean, to
definitely.
be fair, right? This is like their commander in a way, right?
Yeah.
So these are like the recruits, right, under her.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, who are they to question, right? That's one.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that leads me, like it boggles my mind is that this lady actually was at home fucking baking brownies.
No, she was baking it in the cafeteria, bro.
Oh my
What the
god.
fuck?
In the cafeteria and no
The,
one caught a
the
whiff.
article said she was working in the cafeteria.
Why does the cafeteria have a baking oven?
That's another good question.
Does
What the
nobody
fuck?
smell weed?
Why?
Does nobody smell it?
No, that's the thing. You know, to bake weed, you have to first open a packet of weed, which fucking smells out, by the way.
Maybe she used like the oil or shit, like the cannabis oil.
Even that stinks. It's like fucking strong. So, like, how did no one know?
I mean,
when
if
they
she was
walked
like a
in?
higher official, she could just be like, "Okay, leave me alone in the kitchen for the next 1 hour. Do not come in." Or like
I
the next
mean,
2 hours, don't come
bro,
in. If you come in, I'm gonna
it's
fucking knock you down. You know that kind of thing.
it's insane. Like,
Oh my
oh
god, this
man,
lady! Wow.
legend, fucking
was-
legend.
So she's going to jail. She's going to the barracks.
Oh, most definitely.
She's getting court-martialed. Verdict's not out
yeah.
yet. Imagine
But
get-
isn't it legal to like fucking smoke weed?
Yeah, I think it's legal, but at the same time, I don't think the military would be looking too
Yeah.
kindly on drugging your fucking
Stoner.
squad.
I think
Stoner soldiers.
I think drugging is illegal too.
Whoa, bro! I just got shot. Whoa.
Bullseye! Shot a plane out of the
Bullseye.
sky.
Good shot, bro. He's just like shouting at the enemy.
Someone live fire exercise pada betul.
Yes. Yeah, what the fuck? They could have fucking shot somewhere else.
Exactly.
All
Okay. Well,
right. That
dude,
was a good one. That was a good one. Okay. My one. Right. This is one of our also favorite topics. Can you guess
Is it
what our favorite topic?
Florida man again?
No, it's not Florida Man. It's one of our favorite topics.
monkeys?
Close, but no. It's about
Oh.
animals, but it's about dog semen. Yeah, we
Oh
love dog semen.
no! Oh
Oh
We
no!
love that.
no! What the
No.
fuck? That wasn't close to monkey. What? That was so far
We
away.
all love dog semen. What are you talking about?
I do not
uh,
love dog
Man,
semen.
it's just you, man. It's just you.
Right. So this is the news. This is from Oregon Live.
Mm-hmm.
This happened in 28 January
Mm-hmm.
2020. So it's last year. Jury awards $400,000. Okay,
Mhm.
$400,000 US dollars over the loss of frozen dog semen from prize Labradors. All right. So jury awards $400,000 over the loss of frozen dog semen
Hold up.
Okay.
prize
Hold up. You're
Labradors.
telling me dog cum is worth just short of $500,000?
Yes, especially from these dogs. Like now, I have pictures of them. Like you guys can take a look later.
That
Oh,
the
I can
dog or the
show you now.
semen?
Hmm?
Which
Yeah, but
one?
like they are beautiful dogs. Like
Okay, the
they are
dogs. Okay.
beautiful dogs. No. The semen is worth $400,000.
Yeah, no. The pictures are the dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
thank God.
they have like pups like eating out of a bowl. These are very handsome dogs, by the way. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're called Max, King.
Mm-hmm.
There was a new litter of dogs, and then there's Ironwood Annie
Mm-hmm.
and Roxy, and they're all beautiful dogs, and their semen costs up to $400,000.
I mean, fair because a lot of people like the breed, right? Like that breed in particular can be
Mhm.
worth a lot. So like
Right.
in total, all four of them, then yeah, lah, it would
Mm.
go up to that price. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look deeper into this article. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
A jury has awarded
Mm-hmm.
$400,000 to two Oregon dog breeders who
Mm-hmm.
sued the
Oh.
International Canine Semen Bank,
What the
That's a thing.
alleging that it mistakenly destroyed frozen dog sperm from the 1990s that could have produced hundreds of coveted cream of the crop Labrador Retriever puppies.
Wait,
Right.
hold on. The canine what? Nothing else.
This is an important point, John.
There's an
International
international.
Canine Semen Bank.
What the fuck?
There's a sperm bank for dogs.
Yeah, there's a sperm bank for dogs.
Why have I never heard of this? Like, I mean, it's good that I haven't, but what the that's a thing?
I can only imagine someone jerking off a dog and
Like how? I don't get it.
That's how, bro. They jerk off a fucking dog
it's just a place that jerks off dogs.
and freezes the cum.
And freezes the fucking cum. It's like, oh god.
Imagine just being a dog and then like going, oh, what's this place? And then like, oh, what's
Gets
this?
jerked off violently.
And then like someone's like, oh, she's petting me. Wait, what is she doing? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear
Okay.
this. This is also one of the best parts. These are two Oregon dog breeders, remember? And this is their name: Brad Barcroft and Dick Wiener.
Dick Wiener.
Bro, there's no way his name is Dick Wiener.
His
There's
name is
no
Dick
way.
Wiener.
No fucking way.
There's
Oh
no,
my
no
god.
fucking way.
Your name bigger than people make fun is Dick Wiener.
Oh, he just translated his name for everyone. It's like, what is Dick? My second name, bro.
Dick Wiener. That's the title of this episode.
Yeah, it's just his name. Yeah,
Dick Wiener.
bro.
He
What?
handles dog.
Dick Wiener suing a fucking dog company, man.
Because Wiener can also mean dog. So like,
That's what it can beat so many. Oh, Jesus!
oh my
Why?
god.
That's terrible.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
At this point in human history, if you name your child Richard, you're committing a hate crime.
yeah.
Bro.
Oh.
Okay, so Dick Wiener and Brad Barcroft
Mhm.
claimed the Sandy area sperm bank negligently allowed the sperm of 6 prized long dead Labradors, as in the Labradors are dead already,
Mhm.
to thaw, means to thaw, that means they let it to thaw out and then become useless after a freezer mishap in 1997. Now get this part. So the mishap happened in 1997. So the
Mhm.
frozen sperm accidentally thawed out in 1997. Wiener and Barcroft alleged the sperm bank then hid its mistake for nearly 2 decades. For
Wow.
20 years, they hid that until a
Uh-huh.
former employee of the company shared the news with them in 2016.
Mhm.
So you imagine this guy just walks up to you and then says,
Your dog. You remember your dog?
you
Yeah.
remember your dog sperm?
The cum
Yeah,
spoil.
that's gone, bro.
Spoiled.
Your cum
Come
spoiled, bro.
expired, Budu.
Cum Your cum
They
went
left
bad,
it,
bro.
bro. They left it out of the fridge for too long. It expired. Ah.
Wiener, 81, has
Uh,
been breeding Labradors for nearly 50 years through his Salem-based company, Sunnyview Labradors. Described the loss of the bloodlines as emotionally devastating.
He's so sad. He lost his dog nut.
Yeah.
Man.
But it is what it is, Wiener said over his losses, and there's not much I can do about it.
Okay, wait. I'm curious. Did Wiener win?
Okay, I'm going. Yeah, let's get into that. He and Barcroft filed a lawsuit in 2017 in Clackamas County Circuit Court seeking $800,000, an amount that includes in part their estimate of how many pups they could have sold at $2,000 to $3,000 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Wiener also used to sell vials of champion dog semen for $3,000 apiece.
Wait, champion dog.
Yeah, so
Champion
there's
dog.
one of your dog is a national field champion. Yeah, his name was King, and he was Wiener froze King semen back in the 1990s.
Man, that sounds fucked.
Yeah. Wiener also used to sell vials of the champion dog semen for $3,000 a piece. Wow,
Vials?
$3,000. It's not even
Bro, how much did he jerk this goddamn dog off?
a lot.
At some point, I think he's liking it, man.
So
Yeah.
people actually bought. No, that's the thing. Like people actually bought this semen and impregnated their own female dog.
Man, that's fucked
Why?
up.
How? Why? Why are people doing
I
this?
guess it's just like border violent.
Why are people doing this? In particular, Wiener mourned the loss of progeny from an award-winning dog named King, who was the son of the legendary San Joaquin Honcho. Blah blah blah. She's a champion. Okay, and Wiener said no one froze semen from San Joaquin Honcho when such technology was still developing. He believes that he's the only one who had the insight to collect and freeze semen.
Hello, wait, he said technology?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of
In,
technology? Is that a dog jerker that we don't know about?
in 1976, apparently you can't freeze semen.
Oh, freezers didn't exist
Yeah,
in
I guess so.
1976.
I guess so.
He was just
can't
freezing
just
them
put
in his house, in his fucking fridge.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. Then he talks about the dog. After a 4-day trial this month, found that the sperm bank had lost or damaged Wiener and Barcroft's frozen reserves of dog semen. Wiener said he still has a small amount of king semen left, but he'll no longer sell it because he has so little of it. He does know there's like millions of sperms in one semen, right? In like one small amount of semen.
I don't think he knows.
Okay.
Otherwise, this wouldn't be an article.
This man, one of his dearest possessions is a vial of dog cum.
Yeah.
That's fucking like every single flag that could be waved about this guy. It's just being waved right now.
He
Like, this
is emotionally attached to dog cum.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Fucker cried because he lost cum. What? Like how?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's bad. Okay, did he win?
Yeah, so the jurors awarded Wiener $300,000 in economic damages and Barcroft $100,000 in economic
Oh
damages.
my god!
Yeah.
Imagine losing to a guy named Dick Wiener.
Bruh. You
Your
ain't never
whole
coming back from that.
company, your whole fucking
You know what's their
company lost.
you know what's their animal law lawyer's name?
Huh?
Geordie Duckler.
Man.
He had an animal name in his name. Duck.
Yeah, and he's an animal lawyer.
Yeah.
Amazing. He was like his true
People like
calling.
this. Wow.
Oh man, that's bad.
The Spur Bank was sued under its official name registered with the state, International Animal Semen Bank. Wow, they got sued for having the name as well.
Oh my
That's nice.
god.
Yeah, so they won. They won $400,000 for dog semen that was lost 20 years ago.
Bro, and don't forget his name, Dick Wiener. won.
Dick Wiener, yeah.
Oh,
All I can
boy.
think about now is
Mm.
which boss or executive pissed off that one employee to the point
Yeah.
where they went to go and find someone from 20 fucking years ago and told them, hey, they lost your dog cum.
Like, can you imagine the boss like just goes up to this guy? He's like, hey Greg, you gotta jerk off like 2 more dogs today. Fuck you! I had enough jerking off dogs. I'm quitting.
And I'm gonna expose you.
I'm gonna expose you. I know 20 years ago you lost those prize dog cum. I'm gonna tell them that you lost the dog cum.
Oh my goodness. Okay, for the last one.
Yes,
Okay,
go.
this one, since it's a picture, right? For the listeners,
Mm-hmm.
I will explain after I talk about it, and for y'all, I will send y'all the link after I talk about it, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
can
gets worse.
just tell this is
Okay.
gonna be fun.
So,
Oh dear.
public warned. This is the headline.
Oh
by the way.
no. Oh no.
Public warned not to approach Michael Jackson as he escapes Derbyshire prison.
Huh?
Okay.
Wait,
So-
what?
What? What?
What?
Hold on. Police are warning the public not to approach a man called Michael Jackson after he walked out of an open prison in the I don't know how you say it. I'm probably butchering it. Derbyshire. I don't know. So from this prison, the 38-year-old who was serving sentence for multiple crimes absconded from HMP Sudbury in South wherever the fuck I can't pronounce the name again. At 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, he was joined by another man, Alex Rigby, who was also 38, who was also serving, a multiple year sentence. So these two literally just walked out of prison, right? And police are appealing for the public's help in finding the pair and are urging people not to approach the men if they see them. Unlike his famous namesake, Jackson is so. Oh my god, this is the most cringiest shit I've ever read. Okay, unlike his famous namesake, Jackson is far from a smooth criminal. He was jailed 4 years for 4 years and for 4 months. 4 years, 4 months at the he was jailed for breaching bail conditions relating to drugs and motoring offenses. So this guy is a legit criminal, right? And he goes by the name Michael Jackson. Okay.
Wow.
Now, are you all ready to see the picture of Michael
man.
Jackson?
Sure,
Okay.
man. Give it to us. Share on
This
Discord.
shit, I could not stop laughing.
Okay.
Where are you
That's
sending
Michael
it?
Jackson.
Where are you
For
sending
those of you
it?
listening, we'll
Yeah,
put up
yeah.
we'll put a link so
Mhm.
you'll go in.
Mhm.
Where you
Anyway,
send
you all
it?
know the title, so go and search that.
In Telegram, like our group.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Bro, I
So,
just closed Telegram.
Behold, Michael Jackson.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god, Michael Jackson. Why does he look
fucking
like
died.
that?
His ears don't even. His ears are like another. It's like another head. It's
Bro,
so.
that's Shrek, bruh. It's fucking Shrek, bruh.
It reminds me of Dobby more than
Dobby.
Dobby. Yeah.
Dobby is a free elf.
Oh my god! But yeah, that's Michael Jackson.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Bro, how did they lose him? I could see his ears from miles away.
Mind you, this guy literally walked out of prison with another guy.
What the fuck?
The
Look
two
at
of
Alex
them
Rigby.
just
Alex
walked out.
Rigby is on some shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's on some shit, bro. I
He
know
is
it.
on all the shit.
All
He ain't,
this
even
shit,
got,
bro.
he ain't even got a full set of teeth. Like, you know he's on, like, some shit,
When
bro.
when you see a motherfucker with no teeth, you know he on that meth.
Yeah.
It's like a telltale sign. Like if his teeth are all fucked up, he on he's on meth, he's on heroin.
Bro, Michael
He's on
Jackson take his
everything.
cocaine through his ears, bro.
Direct injection, bro.
People snort them, he fucking hears them, bro. He fucking hears the
Yes.
fucking cocaine and get high.
But yeah, Michael Jackson, the one that we didn't. This is one article I did not expect to come across, but I did. And I swear to God, when I first saw public being warned not to approach Michael Jackson, I was like, why? Like, what did he do?
Dead.
And then I scrolled down and see this fucker's face. I'm like, oh, God.
Can you imagine at school when the teacher's like, okay, you need to take your height now. And this guy, instead of standing straight, he stands sideways. So his ears get extra height.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god, this is good. This is good.
Mhm. Well, yeah, that's that. That's the last one.
Okay. Yeah, so
Good
I guess
ones this week.
good ones. We had good ones this week. It was fun. So yeah, I guess you guys can like let us know what you liked, which story you liked. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment down in the comment section. If you're watching or listening on Spotify, I guess you could, I don't know.
Watch the
keep
YouTube video.
Yeah. Just
If you're
stream
listening,
it
watch
more.
it. Yeah.
Stream it more, right? So yeah, you guys know the names of the yeah, the listeners should know the names of the fucking articles. You can go and search. Like, just work for it.
It's
Work
either
for a
that
lot.
or you can go to the YouTube video.
YouTube,
If you're too
yeah,
lazy to
the links
listen
are
to
there.
it, links
Yeah,
are there.
the
Yes.
links are there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it for this week. This is an amazing. It was 2 hours actually.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, after a long while, I think
Yeah,
we had to do one.
we had a lot to talk about.
Mhm.
And we did talk about it. And it was great. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you for coming today. And
Yes.
we will film. Not film. Sorry, we will record more regularly.
We really
Mm.
should.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Mhm.
I think we can end it here. I'm Thiru.
Naga.
Jordan. That's Naga.
Yes.
Sorry, all fucked up. It's actually
Yeah.
Naga first,
Yeah, it's
me,
Naga.
and then you.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Fuck it.
We'll go with it. Fuck it.
Yes, it's fuck it.
It's 4 a.m. Fuck it.
Also,
Yeah.
last message before we end this whole thing. Keith, love you.
Love you, Keith.
Thank you for
Yeah.
listening. But
Yeah.
fuck you.
Fuck you, Keith.
Keith.